Good morning, Year 1, and welcome to our third day's maths. Today, we are looking at quarters when we're studying fractions, and quarters are something that can be divided into four. So, today, you're going to need some shapes that you can fold, and you're going to need a whiteboard and whiteboard pen, pencil or paper, ready for our second of the two starters. So, once you've got that all together, let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to do it a bit differently. I'm going to move the counter along. I'm not going to say anything, and I want each time you to point to which penguin is doing the counting. Remember, penguin 1 goes across, penguin 10 counts down. So, when you're ready, we'll get started. Watch the counter. It's starting on number 8. Which penguin? Point to it. Which penguin? Brilliant. Which penguin? Brilliant. Now, I'm not going to say anything, just point each time I move the counter. Brilliant. Well done. I bet you did fab with that. If you need more practice, just do the same, grown-ups, but you point with the finger instead of using the counter. Okay? Right, now, today, we've got an addition starter. Now, I'm going to go through these and I'm going to show you how you can be using the two pieces of equipment that you should have at home to help you with a few of these. Not all of them, but a couple of each examples. Okay? And this is 100 square that I've just cut off because we don't need to go any more than 100 today. Okay, so as usual, it's up to you where you start. If you're feeling confident, start here. If you're not quite so confident and want a bit more practice, start here. If you want a real challenge, do these. Otherwise, just get as far as you can. And when you think grown-ups that your child's ready to stop, just stop. And as usual, if you want to, you can pause the video, do one, or you can do as many as you can, and then watch me go through the answers. Over to you. Okay, welcome back. So we're starting today with 4. Now we've got a choice here. We could count on here, but we're going to start these first ones with our number line. So to get from 4, which is where we start, we're going to count on 3. So 1, 2, 3. And the answer is 7. We could do the same with our next one. Now, I generally start from the bigger number. So which number's bigger, 7 or 3? You're right, it's 7. We start there because we have to do less jumps. So let's jump on 3. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 10. This one's a lot more straightforward. We don't know which one to start on. We'll start on, well, it doesn't make any difference. So we start on 5, count on 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that takes us to 10. Okay, and we can apply exactly the same method to 6 plus 6, which would give you 12. To 5 plus 7, which would give you 12 as well. To 8 plus 6, which would give you 14. And then the usual question, that's the other way around, does it matter? No, because it's balancing, and that would also give you 14. And then 12 plus 6 gives you 18. Now, this is where it gets slightly different. Again, we can use our number line. So this time we're starting at 13, and we're aiming to get to 20. So we're going to count the number of jumps, and that will give us the missing number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer is 7. Exactly the same. This time we're starting at 18, so this is easier in some ways. And we're aiming to get to 20, so how many jumps? 1, 2. Now, this is where we need to start using the number square. So, exactly the same principle. We're starting at 17, and we're trying to reach 25. So, the jumps are, it's easier if we show them on the mouse now, 1, 2, 3, 4, because 20 to 21 is a jump, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and you do exactly the same with the next one, but there is a trick if we want to be really clever. Starting at 8, and we're going to 25. Now you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Or you can do this. 10 takes us down to 18, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And that's why we've been practicing with the penguin. Okay, so last couple. Just going to model this one, and then we're going to think about how we get this answer, and then we'll just do those two answers. Okay, so we're starting at 15, and we're aiming at getting to 30. So the first thing I'm going to use is penguin 10. So we go 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, can you work out what the missing number must be here? Brilliant, it's going to be 15 as well because it matches. And then 18, we'd start from 18, we're still aiming at 30, so we go 10, 11, 12, and I bet you can guess what the last missing number is. That's right, it's 12. And that's how we can use these two pieces of equipment, numbered line and number square, to help us with addition. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the main part of today's learning. And we're aiming at how many different ways we can fold this square into quarters. Okay, so the way we can fold this shape into quarters is by folding in half and then folding in half again, just like this. So we fold in half, then we fold in half again, and you end up with a quarter. However, that's not the only place your quarters can be. As you can see, we've got 4 sections, which means you could have any one of these 4 quarters. Now, is that the only way you can fold a square into quarters? How about this? If we fold diagonally, and fold diagonally again, so we're halving and halving again, you're going to end up with another 4 quarters like that. And they're all the same size. So the key thing with quarters, in the same way with halves, is each section must be the same size. Okay? So we're just going to watch that again. So to begin with, we fold in half, exactly in half. Then we fold in half again, which gives us a quarter. And it actually gives us a quarter there, a quarter there, a quarter there, and a quarter there. And what's special about these quarters is they are all the same size, like that. Okay? And we also can fold this by halving from the corners. So we fold that way, we fold that way, and then we end up with 4 quarters. Okay? So that's what you're going to be doing today. You're going to end up with folds like this, and your challenge is going to be working with the same shapes, although I've added a few different ones for the main part, and then the challenge is slightly different. I want you to have a go at finding out which of these shapes can be folded into quarters. So again, you'd be best printing the sheet, but alternatively drawing shapes. This is a square, rectangle, a perfect circle, an oval, an equilateral triangle, and an isosceles triangle. And then there's a right angle triangle, and these two shapes need to be, again, actual equal sides because they will fold. Okay, and that's the end of today's lesson. I bet you're going to do brilliantly.